Fillmore. Nips. Take notice. Anybody listening? I'm uplifting, I'm not belittling. Your emotions win, offended by my whispering. Pride in the lion's den, surrounded by Moroccan men. Black mama with a pen, every line I write I'm losing friends again. Rooted in love, I didn't hate them. Exotic doctrines, forgotten men. Woo! Back in history books, take notice. Come and take a look. Ain't no half stepping, ain't no halfway crook. You're halfway on the page, I finished the book. Take notice, rhyming in circles within these squares. Chungus up and X appears. Short here, I don't care. Stay natural, I appear. Walking on land, feeding like ear. Take notice, bigs from here. She said a jealous friend is your worst enemy. They Judas me a long time before Brutus befriended me. Take notice, Juali laid a foundation. A stone fused by a builder is his own destruction. Dysfunction, cause he's so colored function. And anything after black is a fiction. Be a victim, not a victim. You make it hard to listen, but I'm here to uplift it. Take notice, you're more than the sky's limit. You're a star, just live it. They're gonna get you. Baby mama said it. Said it killed him before COVID. Along with 100 other realistic. Take notice. I figure on my child, I lose it. And for that finger, you lose it. Tie you to a pole and stone you for amusement. Speaking about amusement. Take notice. More that I focus. Change with the knowledge. Move with a purpose. So if you come in clown, then Morocco is the circus. Take notice, offer and acceptance. You sign a contract when it triggered your emotions. Take notice, Juali changed my life, and you compare the profit to polite. Cause you don't know the magnitude, you can see the light. You sell out the movement for a bag of rice. Take notice, we agree to practice love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. 5 principles, 5 titles, with focus. Article 50, that's where your hope is. The Great Seal, now you see what my point is. Take notice, vaccines, new access. They shoot situation instead of bullets. The public can't comprehend the weapon silent. King Alfred, read it. Take notice, the sure or de facto. Imperial persona or a Negro. Shadow, stunt double. Natural people, the world's in trouble. Nationalities, the order of the day. L's and Bays. Indigenous everywhere, even in caves. Take notice, thoughts on the mind, there's no limits. And I'm created in the image. So you can't bound the most high with human concepts. So you can't bound X with all that gossip. I exist, break all illusions with an iron fist. Take notice, on guard like self. More books, more shelves, more bush for the memory cells. LOL, you're lower as hell. You blame it on the devil, don't lower yourself. What more can I do? You in denial and won't drink too. I'm pulling files just to see who's who. I wanna bet and show you temples and move. Sacred symbols looking like you. I notice. You're back asking the same question. That's how I know you didn't pay attention. Take notice. Dilla. That's fun. I had fun. Salute. Woo. North Star. It's slow.
And I know what time it is.
Yo, me too, bro. Yeah. Iron. Sheep. Moorish Master MC. Hey, yo. What up, what up, what up? You already know. Audio mechanics, what up? Yo, no need for a swatch. I read the time in the signs like prophets and seers. Put a hex on the beers. Put some wicker on Leopold and Mussolini offspring. To the ancestors, fill their blood as my offering. Oshuno Lakunya, may I show me reflections in water like balls of crystal. Walls with penis missiles. Sun gaze and sea gods peeping from behind. I'm learning to love instead of hate and be be kind, cause yes, I know. I'm thinking it's time for the wake up. Good morning as I'm yawning. Check my phone, it's only 2 a.m. Thoughts bubble like a cauldron. Feeling the tonin drip from my pineal gland. Activating my mitochondrial DNA strands. Stimulating my chakras like a camera captures. I did foresee the rapture. Stones falling in Turkey like rain from the sky. My farmer shoveling thousands of bees that died from radioactive waves from cell phone towers. As niggas babble and debate falsehood for hours. No PhD, but they call themselves doctors. We living in the time of false prophets. When we hear them speak, got the feeling awkward. It's like they speak a language I don't understand or talk with. Their tongue fork like utensils, and they stay playing with your mental. Cause
I know what time it is.
what up, X? Yo, you two trolls catch my scimitar blade and turn snitch. Your man is your dog and your homegirl a bitch. Inquisition lies turn high priestess to witch. Burned at the stake, cooked like fish escovitch. What up, X? Yo, you two trolls catch my scimitar blade and turn snitch. Your man is your dog and your homegirl a bitch. Inquisition lies turn high priestess to witch. Burned at the stake, cooked like fish escovitch. COINTELPRO are not pros but rookies. TikTok program makes young girls shake their cookies. Transgenders wanna be called proper pronouns. D-Wade's son turned daughter, pawn of the order. Used for the rituals, niggas wearing capris. Slam dunk champ shorts are way above his knees. By yourself with 3 masks on, that's a disease. Most of y'all are crack fiends for vaccines. Giving passes to perv clones like Weinstein. While in your favorite actor had property on Epstein Island. Hollywood Kazaj, tribe of 13 wizards. Blowing lies make visibility pour like blizzards. With sins greater than 55 miles per hour, stupidity will surely get your minds devoured. Using your soul to quench the thirst of diabolic devils. Then ignorance will rise past hyperbolic levels. Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
I put your head on the water and show you what's important. You need air, of course, and more will appear. Anywhere I stand, my rock was there. So no matter where I stand, my rights will be clear. The law of the land, signed by the air. Ooh, the true air. Ownership, caught up in color, you disown the ship. A black star with black people in it. Ship Garvey away before Julie boarded it. That's a smart plan by some hybrids. But the birds still fly with a message. A flag of culture, heritage. American Republic. Feeling like Carthage. You driving cars, I'm riding elephants. You thinking nothing relevant. Black before every statement, you're an agent. Need I say more? I'm in 7-Eleven. You're thinking corner stores. Human rights declared, but how they corner yours?
Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil little of a lost case.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bates mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Saute, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And Noble Drew, I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death tip of slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astro plane interests, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, for your finishing.
Moorish or more, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bates mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Saute, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And Noble Drew, I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death tip of slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astro plane interests, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, for your finishing.
Moorish or more, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brainwaves, squash my heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists, torn by elephants. Won't let go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred bull called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no veil of shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
A week ago, an unserved arrest warrant was found in the killing of Emmett Till in 1955. It was in the basement of a Mississippi courthouse. Today, a group of activists gathered in Raleigh, once again calling for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Donham. That is the woman at the center of this nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. CBS 17's Brea Hollingsworth is live in Raleigh for us tonight with much more on what this group is asking for. Brea? Today, a group of activists gathered in Raleigh once again calling for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham. That is the woman at the center of this nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. CBS has nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. Nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. At the center of this nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. CBS 17's Brea Hollingsworth is live in Raleigh for us tonight with much more on what this group is asking for. Brea?
Yeah, that group showed up to 2 addresses where they believe Carolyn Bryant Dunham lives, but they didn't have any luck in finding her. Dunham has been a central figure in this case for years, which has found its way back into the national spotlight.
Got a warrant for your arrest.
A piece of history recently found in a Mississippi courthouse basement has put new attention on the death of teenager Emmett Till. That history, an unserved warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
She lied. Carolyn lied. She did what? She lied. She lied on Emmett Till. That's right.
That history, an unserved warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
She lied. Carolyn lied. She did what?
That history, an unserved warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
What's that? What's that mean? Aren't they lying right now? So if she lied, right? If she lied, and then they're saying black peoples of North Carolina, but then all these people are brown, aren't they lying? Aren't they lying? So if both these people are lying, why are you listening to them? Why are you listening to any of these people? Because our people are under mental slavery. Because guess what? Emmett Till's accuser will not face criminal charges. August 9th, 2022. Emmett Till's accuser will not face criminal charges. Mississippi grand jury decides. So if the Emmett Till accuser will not face criminal charges, Mississippi grand jury decides. That's why the niggers are happy that they have their Emmett Till statue now. Now they got their Emmett Till statue. So forget about anything. We got our statue of Emmett Till. So now we're good to go now. Then people just then that's them getting played. And then all the traitors out there and all the honorable people and all the whoever in the entertainment or whatever. And then they got their 5-point star of fame. Then how come we didn't use any other star? How come we just put the name in a circle? Not giving them 5-point stars. Somebody knows something more than you know? How do they know more than you? How come you MFers didn't pull this damn statue down like you did the colonist statues? Because this is disrespect. This is disrespect. They're not going to indict her when they found arrest warrant for her. They're not going to indict her. Send her to prison. I don't care if she's 90. They put 100-year-old Nazis in prison. Oh, but you're not going to go pull this statue down for disrespecting Emmett Till? Because what are they doing? What are they doing with this statue right here? What are they doing? What are they doing? Didn't they say in the beginning of this thing, 70-year-old case is still going on? Where you're not going to win? Or you would have won already? You big dummy? They're encasing you in time. They're bronzing you in a timeline. Listen to what's going on. This is October 21st. They are keeping you in a timeline. And don't look at the stuff going on with Kanye like that's something new or something. Because Dr. Sebi's dead, Noble Drew Ali's dead, Fred Hampton's dead. Name them. Who else? Prince is dead. Prodigy is dead. Name them. Who else? Who else? Who else? Well, this is not some new stuff. Everybody jumping on the bandwagon to cancel Kanye because whatever. He has $1 billion. The F does he care if he's canceled or whatever. He can make a new website tomorrow. He can make his own Kanye book tomorrow. He got $1 billion. No, he caught up in something. He's on billionaire lists. What are they gonna do? And he should run, and he should win. And you shouldn't be surprised because Ronald Reagan was an actor. Jesse Ventura is a wrestler. And they're a U.S. corporation. They got jobs. People voted for them to be the head of whatever. Oh yeah, they encase you in time. They keep you bronzed on the timeline that they created. So you're looking at Kanye thing as some new stuff. They've been doing this. Oh, he said that Jews in the Bible and the Jews are dark-skinned people, so that means we're the Jews. It also says Blackamoor in the Bible. There ain't nobody calling themselves Blackamoor, only Moors. So why they not? It also says Moabite in the Bible. They ain't calling themselves that. They ain't call themselves Judo. But they're not going to call themselves Moabite? How come you're not going to call yourself Moabite? That's in the Bible. Why you don't call yourself Canaanite? That's in the Bible. No, you call yourself Son of God. That's in the Bible. How come? Why not? Why only Jew? Like, why only Jew? Right? Kanye doesn't need nobody's help. He has $1 billion. The hell does he? That's like he told the freaking European guy, hey boy, how much are you worth, boy? Don't call me boy, whatever like that. Give the same European stuff, give them back their own stuff. Hey boy. That's like when they see you in a nigger. European got mad. Don't call me boy. How much are you worth again? Probably less than you. Okay, so shut the F up and let me talk. European was mad, big mad. But people are looking at the wrong stuff with this whole Kanye thing. They're absolutely looking at the wrong stuff. They're looking at t-shirts. They're looking at, oh my gosh, you got canceled and all this. Has nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with anything. Just another distraction. Just another, like in Total Recall, when they brought the three breast lady, she had the three breasts and everybody, what do we do here? Yeah, it's just the dangle in front of you, get you looking, make you miss what's going on in the background. So obviously you miss what's going on in the background if you didn't pull down this goddamn statue, just like you did with the slave master statues and Jefferson's statue and all that stuff. Now you pull down all those. And you could go check. The record. Don't believe me. You could go check the record and you could see that the people who tore down the colonist statues, they didn't get charged. How come they didn't charge them? How come the people who tore down the colonist statues didn't get charged? Why? Oh, because a statue is an inanimate object. You can't hurt a statue. Can you? You can hurt a statue? You can break the statue's neck? With your dumb ass. Tore down a statue, you did something. Burned down a building, you did something. What the building felt pain for that? Those police cars felt pain with your dumb ass. And Moorish trying to put you on game. You know what I mean? Nationality is the order of the day. It's not about your emotions. Get your emotions the F out of here. We don't care about your damn emotions. We don't care about your emotions. Sorry. Put those emotions in your back pocket. Put those emotions in your man purse. You know, you guys don't even use pockets anymore. You know, your man purse. So put it in there. Put your emotions in there. You could give a F about your emotions. Absolutely forget your emotions. Absolutely. Don't care about your damn emotions. We're talking about truth. Truth. What is the truth? Why do these niggers need a statue? Why? And if they're going to give you a statue in honor of the murder of then why don't they indict the lady who set it up? Oh, but then don't believe me. Don't believe me. Do your own research and see that she even said, well, I didn't want him to be killed or nothing like that. I don't want them to kill him. I was just being a Karen. And what happened to Karens today? Karens get charged today for something? Something happens to Karens when they make false accusations against a nigger going fishing? No, huh? Interesting. You see how you're getting played? Well, of course, you're not going to see how they're getting played because, you know, people are dumb. That's why we keep saying this is just for the two in the back. This is just for the two in the back. I understand all the Moors who already know what's up. They don't need 5K to 7K to go talk to no consulate or anything like that. They don't need no goddamn Grand Sheik and all that stuff. They don't even need Moor Science Temple. You know, they're Moors, then what the hell do you need anything else for? What you need? It's like the mother said, you're leaving who you are in the house to go outside and go be something else out there? Oh my God, I forgot the nationality card home, so I'm not a Moor because I forgot the nationality card home. Playing games. Have you just on the treadmill like a big dummy? Just on a treadmill. Right? Don't give dumb people the wheel. Don't give the blind guy the wheel, please. Please stop giving the blind guy the wheel of your car.
And you're in it without no seatbelt and all that stuff. Please don't do it. Don't give the blind people the wheel. Right? Oh, Karen lost her job, so that means, but you spit and you do 25 to life. But Karen loses her job, so that means she lost her job, so that means that, you know, she has a job already. You know, she just applied tomorrow and got another job somewhere else. Matter of fact, you know, they probably just transferred her and told you that she lost her job. They just transferred her to some other city where nobody doesn't know her. And she still has a job. Let a nigger do some stuff like that. They're out of there, and then they can't even get another job because all the other jobs would know that this nigger right here just got fired from that job. And then you're going to cry about racism and all this. It's not racism. It has nothing to do with racism. But I just saw your comment. Just wanted to interject that. But we were talking about don't let the incompetent people grab the wheel. Right? Don't ever let the incompetent people grab the wheel. Cujo L. It's a lot of people you don't even know follow me. As a matter of fact, how about I take a visit to you since you're too scared to come to Northwest Amexem? What's your info and your temple's info? DM me. DM who? You know who I am? You know who Cujo L is? Do you know who Cujo L is? Nobody ever told you about Cujo L? Nobody ever told you about the first temple? The first Moorish Science Temple of America, something to represent Noble Juali that none of these Moors did. None of these Moors did it. We had to do it ourselves. Because all these traders in the Moorish movement, we had to set up stuff ourselves. You never heard? You never heard of the 3,000 plus videos on Canaanland Moors YouTube page? You never heard about that? DM who? What do you mean DM somebody? You never heard about the Moorish MC catalog? And then the Canaanland catalog? And that half these Moors out here who are rhyming would have been gave up rhyming if it wasn't for Cujo L? They would have been said F rhyming if it wasn't for Cujo L. You don't know? DM who? What do you mean DM? You're a Moorish museum? You ever been to a Moorish museum before? You ever heard of a Moorish museum ever? You know, these one Moors, they used to do a museum, Canaanland, something like that. Oh, okay. DM somebody? Now I'm telling you. Apparently, Canaanland is not Northwest Amexem. Says a Moor in the chat. And it's actually according to her. This is a her. This is not a him. This is a her. Her been to the club. Why wouldn't you say, please do, come through? Because I'm not new to this. I didn't just start going live yesterday. Let's start going live yesterday. If you haven't heard of Canaanland Moors, it's probably the algorithm. Because you can't know about Moors and not know about the first temple in North America. You can't. You can't know about Moors and not know about Canaanland. It's impossible. And if you don't, somebody played you because they should have told you. So you could DM me. You'd be DMing me. DMing you. Address been on the YouTube for 10 years. What you want? What more you want? You scroll through Facebook. You find, if you can find the MySpace still. You look up whatever. Always a contact. Always. Always a contact. You're not reaching out to a Canaanland contact and not getting a response. Like how you do with all these other people out here who that's who you want to support. And then gonna go so far to make it seem as if this is. Where was the first temple? Oh yeah, you probably didn't get the message. And you could push the button if you want to get on here instead of type in your questions. You just push the invite. The first temple located in America is the body. That's the first temple. First temple is the body. The building structure, the first that was Newark, New Jersey. It was called the Canaanite Temple. After the Canaanite Temple, then the headquarters became Chicago, that the Moors say is Mecca. And then don't forget, on top of the 3,000 videos, you could also go to Blog Talk Radio, MHHS Eyes Wide Open, and get years of archives of broadcasts on there. That's free, that you could download and listen at your leisure. Just free. All you gotta do is just push play. That's all. Just push play and go do the dishes. Go vacuum or something. Just push play and then let the thing run. So don't let the crazies take the wheel. Shut them down immediately. Right? And the reason why we're stuck on this, because there's a point, because this individual keeps making reference to, well, they're a carpenter and they're building, and what are you building? And the Moors need to be building because building, and Jesus was a carpenter, and is the carpenter. So we're going somewhere with this. A seeker's thought personal thoughts and observations of a lone seeker on how ancient wisdom is revealed through symbolism, mythology, metaphor, sacred writings, natural cycles, and everyday life. The carpenter as a symbol. Metaphorically and symbolically, the carpenter is a reference to the grand architect, the designer of all that is, divinity. And just as divinity is the grand architect of all that is, it is also the designer of all that is encompassed within all that is. This includes the temple, our temple, within which we do the inner work which elevates us to the highest planes of truth and wisdom, and ultimately prepares us for ascension to a much higher spiritual realm. So all this BS that the people are doing at the extension of their hands, if they're not in tune with the higher planes of truth and wisdom, the stuff at the extension of their hands is BS. And although the grand plan or blueprint of our temple has been designed for us in the spiritual plane by the grand architect himself, it still requires a special craftsman to help us with its construction here on the physical plane. This special craftsman is the carpenter. When we study ancient lore, we find at least 2 references to this special craftsman called the carpenter. The first and most familiar one is that of the Gnostic and biblical Christ. The second reference to a carpenter comes to us from ancient Egypt and is much less known. During antiquity, a tomb was erected to an individual who carried the title carpenter, as a carpenter was a menial tradesman in ancient times. There is confusion as to why a royal tomb would be constructed to honor a person with the designation of carpenter, as tombs were only erected to honor and memorialize those who occupied the highest level of society. This reference in particular begs us to question the true meaning of the word or symbol which scholars have translated as carpenter from ancient texts. It is very probable that the symbol or word which scholars refer to as carpenter is either mistranslated, misinterpreted, or misunderstood as its original meaning and intent. If this is so, then the symbol which has been translated as carpenter must have a much higher and noble meaning. And who's the one that presented it to us? The noble? And then carpenter is reference to the Christ. If the carpenter is the Christ, and then noble Drew Ali is the prophet of these days and times, then ain't nobody carpenter but Drew Ali. No one's the carpenter but Drew Ali. Just like no one's the grand whoever but Drew Ali. No one's the supreme grand advisor but noble Drew Ali. You see how this thing goes? Spiritual texts refer to our bodies as temples. More specifically, our bodies are the temple where the Holy Spirit, the spark of divinity, resides. Right? So don't get too amped up. Right? It's just a spark of divinity. Right? It's not some raging inferno of divinity. is a spark, nigga. Sit your ass down somewhere. You're a goddamn grain of salt to the universe. You ain't shit. Shut your mouth and go study. Because then, when you people get called out, you want to start talking about no unity with the Moors and all this stuff. No, there's unity. There's definitely unity with the Moors. The problem with unity is that, some people are going to have to get their toes smashed and their knuckles rapped. There's unity. Some people are going to have to spit out blood if it's unity. And you better shut the hell up after you spit out your blood too. Don't come complaining. Don't be the dirty nigger now because you're mad, because now you want to bring the crew and the gats and all that stuff, because shut the hell up. You're in error. Half you people out here shouldn't even be talking because you're unqualified. Just like it was in 2008 when we came into this, only master teachers were talking. Nobody else was talking. Why? Because they couldn't talk. Because ain't nobody listening to them. We're busy listening to the master teacher. We're busy listening to this guy over here from China. What are you listening to him for? Oh, but you got away from listening to the master teacher because you want to listen to every Tom, Dick, and Jane. That's what you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to master teachers. Every nincompoop that comes out with 50,000 views that they bought and 30,000 subscribers that they bought. You want to listen to them. And then want to talk BS about I should learn carpentry. Why should I learn carpentry for? What am I learning carpentry to do? What am I building? What am I building right now? You got some wood or something you're gonna buy? You got some tools you're gonna be giving me or whatever like that? Well, I'm supposed to go expense myself to go get all these carpenters' tools and all that stuff when all that stuff is from the workshop of the mind? I'm a dumbass? Or I'm a dumbass? Or you want to get and then when I want the tools, I have to go to your guy over there because they have the actual tools for the trade of the whatever. All right. Oh, and then I have to give them your number or because you're in the carpenters union and stuff like that. So you got to try to bring people into the union. That's how unions work. You got to have apprentices and all that stuff. But I'm with the workshop of the mind. I don't need to be getting splinters and all that BS. I don't need splinters in my life right now. I'm not a Ninja Turtle. I don't care about splinters. I'll deal with the workshop of the mind. All temple work, such as referred to in the Temple of Solomon, is inner work. And as this inner work is of the highest and most noble purpose, the construction of the temple in which this inner work occurs must be carried out with the utmost care, patience, and intent. This requires the skill, attention, and insight of a master craftsman, a master carpenter. The master carpenter, therefore, is a spiritual mentor who helps us meticulously build, reconstruct, and alter the thoughts, lessons, and philosophies which are the building materials of our inner temple. You give you that one again. The master carpenter, therefore, is a spiritual mentor. Every Grand Sheik's supposed to be a divine minister. And then divine ministers who's going to be doing all the quote-unquote religious rites. A spiritual mentor. These additions and alterations, which are constantly under construction within our inner temple, must all be done in harmony with the master blueprint provided by the grand architect. Should a metaphorical block, stone, window, altar, portico, or piece of woodwork not conform with the grand design, the master carpenter has the ability and authority to either change or replace them. Right? Because remember, we're talking about the block, the stone, the wood, the altar, the piece of wood, the piece of metal, the piece of whatever it is that you're working with. Right? Oh, that's why you have spiritual meaning of the carpenter's tools. Because carpentry is really within. Carpentry is not you build something. That's not carpentry. That's carpentry in its most base, bastardized form. Because the real carpenter is working on self. They're building self. The real mechanic is fixing self. And some external thing. The real chef is cooking the energies. Making the energies right. Tools are implements used to modify raw materials for more perfect purposes, but can also be used to destroy what was once built. In chapter 20 of the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, we read of simple and symbolic meaning of the carpenter's tools. One day, as he was bringing forth the tools for work, he said, "These tools remind me of the ones we handle in the workshop of the mind, where things are made of thought and where we build up character. We use the square to measure all our lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way and make the corners of our conduct square." Right? Use the square to measure all the lines. Because there's a carpenter's maxim that measure twice, cut once. And then you have your square to straighten out the crooked places. We use the compass to draw circles around our passions and desires and keep them in the bounds of righteousness. Now we're talking about carpentry right now. And then you're sitting there with the nail and all that stuff, hammering the hell out of your finger. And you think that you're doing some carpentry. You're a florist, but your cranial nerves are dead. What is the beautiful roses and the tulips of the, but But your character, character is a dead bouquet. Just dead flowers in the vase, just in there. Just slumped over. We use the axe to cut away the naughty, useless, and ungainly parts and make the character symmetrical. Right, so you have to cut away the useless and ungainly parts. You have to cut that away. The parts of yourself, you get your natal chart and then you go check and then you realize your issues. You're supposed to get rid of those because you know what they are. Their chart telling you right there. But majority of people want to see the BS and then not address it. Well, that's just how I am. Yeah, that's how the weak think. The weak don't want to change. The weak don't want growth. They just want to be a sapling forever. They just want to be a tadpole. They'll be a tadpole forever. Yeah, a tadpole. Just chill at a tadpole. You got no responsibilities and all that stuff as a tadpole. You're just going through the water. No. You need to be a frog so that you can learn about water snakes and bigger fish and stuff like that, because you got to grow. You got to evolve. We use the hammer to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is a part of every part. We use the hammer to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is a part of every part. That's what the hammer is for. Hammer's not to smash your finger with. We use the plane to smooth the rough, uneven surfaces of joint and block and board and go to build a temple for truth. So if they have a temple, that says, our Grand Sheikh is Supreme Grand Commander of the Moorish Regency of the... There's no truth there. That's not a temple of truth. It's a temple of opportunists. The chisel, line, and plummet, and the saw all have their uses in the workshop of the mind. And then this ladder, with its trinity of steps, faith, hope, and love, on it we climb up to the dome of purity in life. And on the 12-step ladder, we ascend until we reach the pinnacle of that which life is spent to build, the temple of perfected man. And this is what it's about. The occupation. The occupation, regardless of what part you're playing, is really about building up the temple of perfected man. Self. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Study, study, study. Stop listening to dingbats. Listen to the master teachers. Honors to the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Honor to all the mothers